Welcome back to the D-Machine channel. Here, we explore the powerful, fascinating world of heavy machinery, production lines, and the amazing engineering behind the things we use every day. Today, we're taking a closer look at something simple, yet essential to modern life: crushed stone. These tiny pieces of rock support our roads, strengthen our buildings, and form the backbone of America's infrastructure. But their journey from raw mountain rock to perfectly graded aggregate is far more complex than most people realize. So sit back, relax, and join me as we walk through the full process behind how crushed stone is made. After the haul trucks arrive at the plant, the raw granite is emptied into the main feeding hopper. This massive steel structure holds up to 60 cubic meters of material, giving the entire crushing line a steady and controlled flow. Inside the hopper, the rock slowly moves downward toward a heavy-duty scalping screen. This is where the first separation happens. Any stone smaller than 150 millimeters is allowed to pass through the gaps and bypass the jaw crusher entirely. These oversized steel chains, you see, act as a flexible barrier, letting only the right-sized material move forward while protecting the crusher from shock loads. Larger boulders continue into the primary jaw crusher, in this case, a powerful 5,242 unit. With a fixed jaw on one side and a moving jaw on the other, the machine applies immense compressive force. Each cycle breaks the granite down from bulky, uneven blocks into more manageable fragments. It's loud, rough, and mechanical, but this first stage is essential. Without it, the downstream conveyors and secondary crushers would quickly overload. This is where raw mountain rock begins its transformation into the construction aggregate that builds our roads and cities. After leaving the primary jaw crusher, the partially reduced granite is carried across a series of long conveyor belts. At this stage, the material is still rough and oversized, so it continues its journey toward the heart of the secondary crushing system. Here, two powerful 1700 class cone crushers take over the work. Cone crushers operate very differently from jaw crushers. Instead of compressing rock between two flat plates, they use a rotating mantle inside a stationary bowl. As the mantle oscillates, it continuously crushes the stone into smaller and more uniform pieces. Each load of rock drops into the top of the cone, where gravity feeds it downward into the narrowing gap. The motion is constant, controlled, and incredibly efficient. Within seconds, the granite is crushed again, this time into medium-sized aggregates suitable for screening or for the next stage of fine crushing. From above, you can see the rhythm of the operation: conveyors feeding the cones, and twin discharge belts carrying the freshly crushed material away. Dust rises, machines hum, and the whole system works like one synchronized engine. This stage brings the rock one step closer to becoming the clean, graded stone used in concrete, highways, and countless construction projects. After the granite passes through the secondary cone crushers, it's carried to one of the most important parts of the entire plant, the screening system. These massive vibrating screens sort the crushed rock by size, separating it into different product categories. As the stone spreads out across the wide screening decks, powerful vibration causes the material to stratify. Smaller pieces fall through the lower mesh openings, while the medium-sized aggregate travels to the next conveyor. From above, the entire structure moves like a living machine, constantly shaking, shifting, and sorting thousands of tons of rock each day. But not everything passes the test on the first try. Any oversized rocks, pieces that are still too large to meet specification, are automatically routed back to the surge bin. From there, they are fed again into the crushing circuit for another round of reduction. Nothing is wasted, and the system runs in a continuous closed loop to ensure consistent product quality. This stage is where the raw power of the crushers meets the precision of mechanical sorting, producing the graded stone that construction projects rely on. After the screening stage, the fine materials, such as 0 to 8 mm quarry dust and soil under 15 mm, are carried toward the washing system. Here, a controlled water slide helps spread the material evenly across the washing screen. Dozens of high-pressure spray nozzles blast water downward, removing clay, dust, and unwanted impurities. This step is essential because clean aggregate bonds better in concrete and asphalt, ensuring stronger and longer-lasting structures. Any material still oversized after washing, typically between 5 and 15 millimeters, is automatically sent to the VSI, the vertical shaft impact crusher. Unlike cone crushers, a VSI uses acceleration and impact to shape the stone, producing beautifully sharp, cubical aggregate ideal for premium construction applications. Meanwhile, the slurry produced by the washing process is routed to the filter press system. Using powerful hydraulic plates, the press squeezes out all remaining moisture, forming dry, compact cakes of waste material. These solid cakes can be safely stored, transported, or even reused in land reclamation. This final stage ties everything together. Clean, well-graded aggregate moves forward as a finished product, while the water and waste systems keep the entire operation efficient, responsible, and environmentally controlled. After passing through every stage of crushing, screening, washing, and shaping, the material reaches its final form. What began as massive blocks of granite now becomes clean, precisely graded aggregate. Here, the finished products flow from the final conveyors, smooth, consistent, and ready for use. The 8 to 25 millimeter stones are ideal for concrete, road foundations, and drainage layers. Each piece has been crushed, shaped, and washed to meet strict construction standards. The fine material, under 5 millimeters, becomes high-quality manufactured sand. This sand is essential for asphalt, concrete mixing, and modern building applications where consistent grain size matters. From coarse stone to fine sand, every fraction has a purpose. And behind each handful is a long journey of engineering. Machines working together, steel against stone, turning raw mountain rock into the materials that build our homes, our roads, and our cities. And that is the incredible journey of crushed stone, from solid granite deep in the earth to the essential material that builds our homes, highways, and cities. Behind every handful of gravel lies an entire world of engineering, precision, and human ingenuity. If you enjoy exploring how the world is built, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to D-Machine, and ring the notification bell. There are many more stories of machines, factories, and craftsmanship waiting for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.